everyone, Josh here at House Guitars. I wanted to give you a quick rundown on this repair I am working on here on this Martin Dreadnought. The guitar was bumped, and I believe another guitar maybe was knocked into it, puncturing a hole in the lower bout here. And so I've been posting some pictures of this on Instagram and Facebook. I thought I'd give a quick explanation of what I've done so far. So I had 3 of the original pieces that have now been glued in. One was this big section here, another was this small section here, it went in second, and then finally this sliver right here went in third. And so I've now glued in all the pieces that I have of the original side. And I've when doing this type of gluing work, you generally want to use like hide glue, or in this case I've used fish glue, also an animal protein glue, but it has a long working time, and it was really tricky to kind of get these pieces positioned where I needed them. So I used the fish glue because it gave the long working time, but the hide glue in that, the glue lines will not show up as much as using some other glues. And I did actually use a bit of CA glue here. Yeah, some people might frown on that for this type of repair, but I needed just to get a quick kind of to lock this piece in place, because there's really nothing behind it to support it. And so I've done that. So anyway, this is where I've got so far. So the next thing I've got to do is make a piece to patch the remaining hole. And because of the way it broke, it was kind of splintered off. I'm sorry the light's not great here. But what I'm going to do now is take my X-Acto knife. I'm not going to do this on the video, but I'm going to reshape this opening a bit to try and give it some cleaner edges for the piece that I'm going to fit in. If I had to try and make a piece to fit in those jagged edges, that would just be a nightmare. So I'm actually going to trim back a lot of the kind of shattered edge here. I'm going to leave myself a little bit of a ledge so that I have something to rest the piece on as I attempt to glue in the final piece. But there's no point in leaving this section here, because it's only half the depth of the side, and it would have to be filled in over top. I'm going to probably have to use a teeny bit of mahogany fill around this, but I want that to be as little as possible. So I need to basically cut this section out so I can put a full thickness piece in there, and don't have to just fill over top of it, because that's going to be more noticeable than anything is the fill. So I'm going to go ahead, that's the next step, whether I get to that today or early next week, is to clean this up and then make the piece to fit inside. And then comes the fun part of trying to match and refinish. And this is kind of a satin finish, and again I'm not going in for the full-blown refinish the whole thing. It's not worth it. I don't want to have to charge this customer a fortune just to get this patched up. So glue this piece in, some side reinforcement will go in, and then I will proceed with the rest of the finish work. So yeah, I'll keep posting little updates as we go, but that's just a quick explanation of what I've done so far.